Hey guys, and welcome to this video. I just wanted to film a quick one regarding Bitcoin because I know a lot of people are getting to sort of squeaky bum time, if you like, or crunch point with their directional positioning or their bias on crypto in general, specifically Bitcoin. Remember, my live trading room is opening on the 7th, Sunday. There's already a ton of people who've rushed in to get their waiting spot for a discounted entry. So don't forget to go under here. There's my free training where you can get it and my Discord where you can join. So let's go ahead. Bitcoin, you've rallied and rallied and rallied, as you can see, since November 2022. Okay, so we've gone just over a year and the up move has been sustained and it's formed the trajectory, which is essentially just a normal newfound uptrend on improved sentiment. So if I draw something like this, it normally helps identify that for most. You can see that what's happening is you've had your waves, if you like. A lot of people like to call it that. You've had one there, push, two, three. And the third one has been very much extended because once you got to September, you really had a more forceful impetus. And it comes all around well, you probably haven't, as you know, somehow haven't heard already, it's Bitcoin ETF news. Essentially, the SEC regulatory body is basically sitting on the fence to approve Bitcoin as an ETF. Now, an ETF is an exchange traded fund, which is very helpful for entities that can't physically buy crypto due to rulings in various jurisdictions, but they can buy an ETF, which often reflects that price anyway. So it's like buying Bitcoin without buying Bitcoin, essentially, is what's happening. You can do that with oil ETFs, gold ETFs. As soon as gold ETFs were introduced, it helped the gold market a lot as well. So that really is the idea around all of this. Now, there's two camps with this. And the reason why I'm filming this video, lots of you will know I do analysis on crypto, but I heavily trade indice markets, FX, gold and oil mainly, and stocks. But, diversifying into crypto is not horrendously bad as an idea, but you have to be someone who believes in it. Okay. In other words, you've got to be someone who thinks, wow, okay, I do believe in the long-term case of Bitcoin and I'm willing to invest my money. Now, the purpose of this video is to get you to understand two things. Okay. And you saw a little bit of it last night. You saw a couple of reports that some entities or people were basically saying, the SEC is going to rule that they don't want the Bitcoin ETF and it'll get denied and delayed again. So that caused this massive drop. And a lot of people bought at this point, which is fine, so long as you were doing so lightly. But it does tell you a lot because, as I mentioned on my streams, my posts already, there would have been people who were buying right up here on FOMO. Now, the only reason why you would buy a high like that is because you're worried about missing the move up. And some people with stop losses obviously would have got crunched therefore. Okay. And that's why I said don't get FOMO because you don't know if they're going to approve it. And there'll probably be people in the comments or people who suggest to me, oh, it's bound to be approved. But the reality is you just don't know that for certain. Okay. Even if it was a small chance it wasn't, okay, which I don't personally believe, when it happens, you'll still be wiped. Okay. So just be really careful with that and just take market value. If you're someone who wants to buy it, just take note of where your moving averages are because your moving averages track price to keep you within reason of the market. That's why every dip you can see, generally, in the strongest form of trends, you come back to your earliest moving averages, your 20 and your 40. And at this point, you've got an amalgamation of MAs following price because you've come up so quickly. You've come up from a trough to a peak like that. Okay, so 24,500 to 43,000, awful long way, as it says 83%. So just be aware that there's a chance they won't rule it. Okay, and you might get a better entry down here. Now, I much prefer to be like that. I'm a risk-averse trader. I don't believe in the long-term case for risk traders, okay, because, you sweat a lot, you lose a lot of sleep, you can lose a lot of money, I prefer just to be consistent over time and trade within what is the natural ruling of the market. Because if you'd bought on this low, if you'd bought on that low, and if you bought on that low, you would have been fine. If you'd bought up here, you wouldn't have been fine. Okay, if you had a stop loss, of course. The same thing here. And even if you didn't have a stop loss and you held it, yes, you would eventually be in profit, but you're just getting a worse entry. And the reason why is because you're buying highs. Buying highs never, or is going to be a good idea if you want to get the best price. All right. If you're buying after a move, you're firstly FOMOing. Okay. And I'm not saying this can't go higher. That's not the case. I'm absolutely saying, okay, it could get higher. But like I said, I'm a risk averse trader. I'm not dealing in high risk. I don't care if it gets higher and I miss it. I would rather just be more safe and get it long on dips, because I know factually markets move as I just labeled to you. Okay. You can see what I'm saying here because you've seen it already. Buying highs didn't work. So why change now? Okay, so a significant fall is really the only thing that, in my opinion, would provide the long case. Okay, yes, you do have sentiment. You've got potential approvals. Remember, potential, and you've already got people saying it won't happen. And you have to remember as well, some of that is already priced in. Okay, the certainty of the approval is priced in at this point. The only thing that remains is the decision, which is probably going to provide the last leg, if you like. So you could go up here, you could go down there. If you're going to short it, I would do it extremely lightly because Bitcoin naturally is a HVA and any sharp news could push you up there. If you're a long-term value investor, okay, you believe in the long-term case of Bitcoin and you want better value on your entries as an investor to make more money over time, then you will never be better off buying highs because naturally you're fighting the movement of the market. You're fighting the natural trajectory of any market, which occurs in an oscillation. Okay, and as I always say, look back, look at all the oscillations, look at all the dips. Okay, that's why they say buy the dips and sell the rips. That is the saying within the trading world. So don't forget, you can join my private trading room. It's about to launch. The spots are almost gone. Go underneath this video. Get my free training as well under there too. I'll see you in the next one. See you there, guys.